Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwaba Eba, Judge of Ghana TV so. Hey, this week dear we new Gideon Boako Kasama Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia versus Nana Ohene Ntow Kasama John Alan Kyerematen. Kwame Sefa show so wo Peace FM ena ntokwa bi course. Na the topic I know ka ho asem say kwanya ena wode one district one factory baye. Yenkotie Dr. Gideon Boako. Na yembra.
Sa deliberate attempt
to say, next time I cannot stop him.
One district, one factory, Mr. Alan Kyerematen at the bar. It's not true. Kwame, this is
I'm
it.
telling you.
Obekaya, sa one this, one that, one this, one that. Esha say Efi Upper West. Vice President Bawumia. Then sa NPP 2016 manifesto. Bawumia na ye chairperson. Oko campaign ewo Upper West. And I'm sure say you saw the video or the pictures on the Anthony Carbon and Croniba. And who sent Crawford the omonsa to amena. No busa almost say dear no musu omu two for dam and so tone be gumwa. No more you su at the ayomo farming. If you ho and a vice president no more kasai and no make it promises say. Or the best share NPP, Obama NPP, the Asha manifesto says a party niba power. Village bia was our area hono. You bet to dam at the amount. The honor one village, one dam, a chassis. The no barb on treno, Anna, a bay, one village, one dam. It in the course of the manifesto, it was a deliberate plan by the manifesto committee. So as much as possible, by be on betty many rhymes, any one this, one that, at the Abuabia, no more institute. It in a Greek sector, and one constituency, one warehouse, and one district, one factory, and so on. The genesis of the one this, one that. That is it.
As you can see, this is a deliberate attempt by spokesman for Dr. Bawumia of the New Patriotic Party, Gideon Boako, to downplay the fact that Alan John Kyerematen of Movement for Change, formerly Trade and Industry Minister under the New Patriotic Party under President Nana Akufo-Addo. This is an attempt by Gideon Boako, the spokesman for New Patriotic Party, to downplay the fact that Alan John Kyerematen is the person who wrote the policy of one district, one factory. Just because you call something by a different name doesn't mean it's not you that generated it. You can assign many different names to different things, but that doesn't downplay the fact that you wrote it. Hwɛ, wotie Gideon Boako a wotumi hu sɛ wahyɛ da wɔyɛfrɛ no anidaho bɔne. Wahyɛ da na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔdownplay the impact of Alan John Kyerematen time a na ɔwɔ NPP mu no, New Patriotic Party mu no. Edwuma a ɔyɛɛyɛ ne nneɛma policies ɔtwerɛeɛ a ɛboa Nana Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia na ɔmutumi win ne 2016 election a ɔmutumi continue win ne 2020 a ɔmatena aban mu for 8 years. Ɔmopɛ sɛ ɔmo downplay the impact of Alan John Kyerematen. Na yɛn no, we know different because yɛnim sɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ New Patriotic Party a ɔma take over party no. Nkurɔfo kumaa bi take over party, mafia bi take over party no. Chebi mafiafoɔ take over ɛne ɔmo surrogates take over New Patriotic Party no. Yɛn nyinaa yɛnim genesis because nansa yi a ɔmo launch New Patriotic Party, ɔmo 2024 presidential election manifesto, Omo running mate Dr. Matthew Boku Prempeh Napo obegyinaa platform so bɛkaa sɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ NPP New Patriotic Party mu no ɛstarte ne nhyɛaseɛ ɛne ne fareban ɛfiri 2011 2 AM anadwo bi 2011 a na ɔmo wɔ Bolga. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ma ne securityfoɔ bi nyanee no sɛ ɔmbra na ɔne no bɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ. Ɔkɔɛ na Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ɔte canteen mu wɔ famous hotel bi wɔ Bolga. Ɔno nko ara na ɔte hɔ. Ɛna ɔne no kɔkasae no ɛna Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ka kyerɛɛ no sɛ 2011 asɛm na Dr. Matthew Boku Prempeh running mate for Dr. Bawumia. 2011 asɛm na ɔka ho asɛm o. Wei de waba public nti ɔno anum Bible say nipa anum sɛm ɛna yɛde bɛgyagye no. Yɛde bɛbu no fɔ anaa yɛde bɛbu ne bem. Clearly no, Dr. Matthew Boku Prempeh anum asɛm yɛde bu no fɔ. Ɛno na ɛkyerɛ wo the political machinations kululu a na ɔmoyɛ wɔ New Patriotic Party mu in 2011 a ama party no atete apansam ɛnɛ. Who ɔmoyɛ wɔ party no mu sɛ yɛmma asanteni biara anaa akanni biara mbɛdi party no so na ɔmbɛyɛ nhyehyɛ atwiste nkurɔfoɔ nsa astrɔnge ame nkurɔfoɔ to make sure sɛ Dr. Bawumia bɛyɛ flag bearer for the 2024 elections and the New Patriotic Party. Ɔbɛyɛ flag bearer of New Patriotic Party. Ɛhyɛ 2011. And so we're not going to be deceived by anything that the New Patriotic Party are doing. Your friend Nida Hopone. Omasheda. These people are very intentional. Anything these people who have taken over the New Patriotic Party do, it is intentional. So you should listen to everything they say and reason and look into the matter. There's always something behind them. There's always an agenda behind anything their communicators for New Patriotic Party say. Agenda be one person would downplay the policies and the strengths of Alan Kyerematen and his impact. Things he has done for New Patriotic Party to enhance the image of New Patriotic Party as one of its founding fathers from 1992. They are trying to downplay it now because they see that way things are going, Alan is going to have a major influence in the upcoming presidential elections on the 7th of December. He's going to have impact and it's going to affect New Patriotic Party negatively. So because of that, they're trying to muddy the waters. This is New Patriotic Party for you. It is typical of them. Yeah. Omunin kaye. We are the New Patriotic Party. Bedroom state be nobody you want use and dump for. The current leadership of New Patriotic Party, omu ye use and dump for. Oboa mu wi a, yebeka to say later say de we no kra enye hu. Hwe de omo de ekɔ Japan inside the party at the moment. Yamana Dani Krama wasan be na wabesan bedi nefe. That's what they've done. They've made him become like a dog that is returning to his vomit. He has done a total U-turn because these people are manipulative people. Omo kano cry. Oh yeah. Almost say some other parties are doing propaganda and National Democratic Congress are doing propaganda. They also do propaganda in New Patriotic Party because they're all the same. The value of this is the same. People switch between New Patriotic Party and National Democratic Congress and vice versa, day in, day out. So they are no different. Sometimes brothers are in different parties. John Jenapo is in New Patriotic, a National Democratic. John Jenapo is in National Democratic Congress. He used to be the energy minister under John Mahama's regime, and his brother Abu Jinapor is the Lands and Natural Resources Minister under Nana Ohene Ntow at the moment. Some of them even marry each other. Chief Baini and a lady, I think she's called Akutu, are married. She's in the New Patriotic Party and he's in the National Democratic Congress. So that is also one matter. Um, so many. Samira Bawumia, her brother and her, Abu Ramadan, who used to be in PNC, is now part of the New Patriotic Party. But the current MP for Adenta is the 100% brother, sibling of Samira Bawumia. Muhammad Ramadan is the National Democratic Congress MP currently in 2024. He is the brother of Samira Bawumia. So this NDC, NPP, New Patriotic Party, National Democratic Congress, it is incestuous. They move between each parties. They are doing the same thing. It is a case of left wing versus right wing. So you take your pick. It's a game they're playing. They're playing a game with the people of Ghana. They're playing a game and they cover each other. So sometimes when I even hear ex-president Mahama go and stand on stage in the manifesto launch of the National Democrats 2024 presidential election manifesto, stand there saying they're going to prosecute all these people. You know it's not going to happen. What didn't Nana Ohene say about prosecuting people concerning malfeasance, um, concerning corruption, concerning bribery? What has happened? They couldn't even a case that is, to me, is clear cut. The ambulance procurement case, criminal case. They couldn't do anything about anything. So, I mean, are these people trying to tell us that they can do something? They shouldn't lie to us. And you, National Democratic Congress are also lying to us because Omo Kanokre. You cannot just go about saying you're going to jail people. You have to provide evidence, cast iron evidence, because the bar in criminal court is higher than the civil court. You have to bring written evidence. It has to be solid. And even that, you can have appeal court throw the case out because those judges have their own perspective, as we saw in the ambulance procurement trial. So this thing, we're going to jail this person, jail that person, it's not going to work. It's all based on evidence and look, even with the Maslow case, Ationu Tamaklu, the Maslow lady under John Mahama that got sentenced for 10 years in absentia. Where is she? She's enjoying her freedom somewhere. So they made sure she was able to flee the country before they convicted her in absentia. So whether they convict these people of New Patriotic Party people when Mahama comes in, or if Mahama comes in, is neither here nor there. The question is that are they going to face the full force of the law? The answer is no, probably no. Because if ex-Maslog boss Ationi Tamaklu is still walking free, enjoying fresh air, after what was claimed was done at Maslog under John Dramani Mahama's regime, National Democratic Congress regime, then It tells you what is going to happen because wopɛ sɛ ohu de nipa bɛyɛ ɛkyena hwɛ deɛ ɔyɛɛ ɛnora. Nti game bi na NDC ne NPP, National Democratic Congress ne New Patriotic Party ɔmo ne Ghanafoɔ, they are playing a game with us. They think that we are stupid. But as I say, yɛn ebie hanyan. Yɛhwɛ adeɛ no mu yie. We've opened our eyes wide. We're looking into the matter well. None of these parties are befitting to be elected. If we only want Ghana's welfare, because Ghana abrɛ under these two parties over the last 32 years, and NC Ghana ye. There's a saying, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting to get a different result. If we keep selecting NDC, National Democratic Congress, or MPP, then we have problems coming because none of them have any good ideas, and they've proven so. We've given them so many chances over the last 32 years, and this is where we are now. Ebenezer, baby, ebedrum ye. Ghana is down on its knees. Enti weinom nye nkrɔfo a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛde yɛ trust hyɛ wɔn mu. Because ɛmboa yɛ, ɛwɔ sɛ yɛsesa yɛn nsa ano as a nation. We should vote for a competent, independent candidate in Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen is the person that should have been the flag bearer for New Patriotic Party. If there wasn't some deviousness, some fraud, some scamming, some twisting of arms, as has been revealed by their own running mate, Dr. Matthew Upuku Prempeh, that all these shenanigans, which has led to Alan Kyerematen having to resign for MPP, New Patriotic Party, started in 2011 at a hotel in Bolga. So anybody who's under any illusion that, oh, this thing is soft, Alan is soft for leaving the party. Alan is justified for leaving New Patriotic Party because what they did to him, it doesn't matter how many years you stay in New Patriotic Party, you will not become the flag bearer according to the Ejapadia document, which they are trying to tell us that is fake. But the content is happening live and colored. Kennedy Japan hasn't got a hope in hell of becoming the flag bearer of a New Patriotic Party. Today, tomorrow, or forevermore, he hasn't got a hope in hell because these mafias have taken over the party and their surrogates have taken over New Patriotic Party. So let's don't kid ourselves. New Patriotic Party is not the original New Patriotic Party we know. The lunatics have been let out of the asylum in New Patriotic Party. It is not democratic anymore within New Patriotic Party. It is autocratic. A certain small nucleus of people, they decide who gets what and how much of what they get and when they get it. Omafa New Patriotic Party Domu. Yes. Oma capture New Patriotic Party. And as you see, one person capture Ghana through a Japadia document. Yes. This is what is happening. So Ghana for be money, ye shine your eyes well. The two saa party meaningful win because money Ghana for a diagro. It is highly unlikely that they'll even be able to new National Democratic Congress, if they were come to power, are going to prosecute anybody. And he says he can umewiano. Yeka even sports minister, all African games, asama AC with Kululu Akoso or APP, scandal APP, you know. Me hwɛ adeɛ no a ɔmo ntumi prosecute nipa baako koraa mpo. Yes. Nti Yɛndwen nneɛma ho na yɛmfa nyansa nto ho. Wokɔgyina ballot box no mu a 7 December 2024 a, fa wo nsa tim next to Alan Kyerematen Movement for Change Butterfly because weinom yɛanomfoɔ yi, National Democratic Congress ne New Patriotic Party, ɔmo ni adwen papa. Yes. So, yɛntoa so na yɛntie reply of Nana Ohene Ntow concerning this matter. Yɛwie a na yɛaka kakra ɛfa food crisis a ɛno nso abɛtɔ dwa wɔ Ghana ha. Nti yɛntoa so. Let's continue.
Even one district, one factory. The implementation of one district, it was at the office of the president, headed
Really?
by Honorable Gifty, or former Janso
I've said
MP.
that here before, for good reason. Yes.
Now, Kwame, you're starting one district, one factory. The first factory, a commission under one district, one factory. Then you confuse. Kwame, you call a confuse. I commission one district, one factory. Mr. Alan Kyerematen was the trade minister. But one district, one factory, essence and not ending in Samuntino. No, supervisor Yentino. Yeah, commission a confuse factory. He was not there. No, he was not there. Nipa already speech. Emma, President Kufuor the commission one district, one factory. Yeah, sir, MP no free Johnson. Honorable.
Somewhat the Gideon Boako kaye or say one district, one factory no. Umuyi Koshe, Office of the President, under Honorable Gifty Juaso MP Jama Umuyi ni free hall 2020. Because or say were ex MP. Na Honorable Gifty ase ewo Office of the President. Nti omo call launch first when they went to launch the first one district, one factory, the Econfi drinks factory in Econfi, the person who gave the speech was Honorable Gifty. And Alan Kyerematen was not there because even though he was a trade and industry minister, he was not present. You see the level of sabotage and the level of craftiness Dr. Bawumia and President Nana Akufo-Addo. The person who wrote the one district, one factory was set aside. And they gave all the laurels to Honorable Gifty because they had a plan, according to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo, when he came and exposed that plan. When New Patriotic Party launched its manifesto the other day in Takrady, he said, the genesis of what is happening, the chaos that is happening in New Patriotic Party started in 2011 at 2 a.m. in a hotel in Bolga, a famous hotel in Bolga, when then candidate Nana Akufo-Addo got a security to come and wake him, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo, up to come for a meeting in the canteen of this famous Bolga hotel. So they decided that because they knew that Alan Kyerematen had political ambitions of becoming the next flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 election, they started early. They started to undermine him. So even though they'd given him the trade and industry minister in 2016, and he also continued after the 2020 elections, they were undermining him from the onset. So that even things that he wrote, policies he wrote, they would take it from under him and give to someone else. So that when he comes as a flag bearer hopeful, They will use it as a basis to throw him to the curb and to step all over him and to fulfill their machinations of putting incompetent, super incompetent, because he said John Dramani Mahama was incompetent. He is super incompetent because he failed, Dr. Bawumia has failed on the economy. The interest rates have exposed him. Because Dr. Bawumia has failed, now they want to turn their red eye onto Alan John Kyerematen, somebody that they thrown to the curb and said he's useless. His movement for change, Butterfly as an independent candidate, will come to nothing. Now they're trying to slay him because they've realized that his movement, Butterfly, movement for change, independent candidate Alan John Kyerematen, is going to have a grievous influence, a grievous impact that will make a negative impact against the New Patriotic Party. Even card-bearing members of New Patriotic Party, a substantial number of them will vote for Alan John Kyerematen in light of what has been exposed, what Napo said happened in 2011, and the Japadia document. No wise card-bearing member of the New Patriotic Party would vote for Dr. Bawumia. Look at his performance the other day at his Meet the Press. Who will vote for that? A simple question. You want a debate with John Mahama? You can't even answer a simple question in a few minutes. It takes you 30 minutes to answer why you are not a failed economic messiah. You know why? Because you are a failed economic messiah, so you can't even answer the question succinctly in very few words. Untumi answer. Yes. So this is the situation on the ground inside New Patriotic Party. These people are manipulators. Yes. And they manipulated things within the New Patriotic Party against Alan John Kyerematen from a long time. Now the evidence is out. You can't cover it. Once it's out, it's out. Let's carry on and listen to what Mr. Nana Ohene Ntow has to say in response to that. Let's continue.
And I'm a dear man. Kyerematen was not even in charge of what is
the correct genesis.
He was not.
Okay.
You see, if Gideon can trace, say, Vice President Bawumia, and one village, one dam acronym, a buy. Na acronyms be abeka. I'm not even talking about just the acronym one district, one factory. I'm talking about the essence of that policy. That policy proposal was something that Alan had initiated even under Kufuor, called Rural Enterprises Program. Enti no, Anna Alan, a transformer say, yeba abamu free, yemfa sa policy no ane na ni na yema district bia enya factory. Then so be the concept ba na fande say ampambo Dr. Bawumia na kotu din say yemfa one say one factory. Is he the originator of the idea? No, your originator and the what me aka. Now the originator I know there was a manifesto committee.
1D1F according to Ntow Alan Kyerematen.
Of course. Send your way actually she said one village, one dam. Eya obi idea. Na free paper so na buy. E free odi pa bi tiri mo no. San so na one say one factory. You bet me Tracy near who say onipa Alan Kyerematen wono and what this idea no e buy one more enim e become no kore one more into that one is up to him. Africa Continental Free Trade Area or starting say oni AU Commission any UN eye ho adwuma 2012 9 people pampo ni abem You can't after. Who were trying after some accident? After is some small something. After is a major thing that is going to transform the entire continent of
Now,
Africa.
let's listen to Dr. Mohammed Amin Adams, the Finance Minister of the Republic of Ghana, concerning the looming food crisis. Let's take a listen.
We are seeking to raise about 500 million US dollars, the equivalent of 8 billion Ghana cedis, to fund the crisis response program. This is so much money, but we are doing this also at a time when our buffers are almost depleted. And so we intend to trigger the processes for accessing the contingency fund. We are also doing what we call budgetary alignment to reallocate some funds that were originally meant for other purposes towards addressing the crisis. And so together, 2.5 billion Ghana cedis is being mobilized from the budget side. We're also relying on our development partners, and we've had serious engagements with our development partners over the past 1 week or so. And within this short period, we can report that we are able to secure 155 million US dollars. That is about 2.4 billion, almost 2.5 billion Ghana cedis. And so out of the 8 billion Ghana cedis we are seeking to mobilize, we can say that we have visibility on about 5 billion Ghana cedis that we want to use, and use it quickly to respond to this crisis.
So we heard Dr. Amin Adams, the Finance Minister of the Republic of Ghana. Ono na all say no eba aduane mu agriculture mu a Ghana da fom team. Say ye aduane no kra ye de esie say emergency na famine eba na shortage ba ye de beboa no. Omo so omo using na buffer stocks na eda fom aka kiti bi na omo hwe a omo hia 8 billion Ghana cedis, which dollars terms almost say $500 million. Omo hia say sika no intentem ara so say omo betumi ede kofa afa nneɛma to ekwan mu. Brian Achampon na ye current agriculture minister. Na che say new patriotic party government under Nana Akufo-Addo any vice president Bawumia Oma faili eba the basic necessity of life aduane they have failed. Wenum na so de ko break 80 Oma faili hwe nipa so obetu mpon wo asase so niema miensa na wohia and friend essentials. First, wohia aduane. Second, wohia atade. Third, wohia baby a wobetena. Edan a wobedem, any baby a wobetena. Let us say ube safe. So there are three things a human being needs to survive on earth. Food, that includes water. Clothing, secondly. And thirdly, a house or accommodation. A shelter. Yes, that's what a person needs to survive on earth. And if, as a government, you fail on the number one thing a person needs to survive, food, the abundance of food, then you have failed the country. So the new patriotic party have failed Ghana. Simple. And they expect to break the 8 Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I don't care what incantation they make. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Look, and we now know. So say in him said 2011 ɛna ɔmo kɔhyɛ kukuo mu wɔ hotel bi famous hotel bi wɔ Bolga. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, the running mate of Dr. Vice President Bawumia for the 2024 election. Ɔno ana ɔka o, ɔmo launch manifesto no ɛwɔ Takrade no. Ɔno ana ɔkɔgyina stage so, kɔgyina platform kaa sɛ, baby ɔmo abɛduru nnɛ no, Genesis no, started yɛ. We use the same word that Dr. Gideon Boako used here. The Genesis no started 2011. 2011 ɔmo plotted sɛ ɔmo bɛyi asantefo no nyinaa including Alan Kyerematen ɛne akamfo no nyinaa ɛfiri flag bearer ship race no mu. Ɔmo de kululu ɛne fraud ɛne sika ɛne strong arm tactics ɛbɛwurawura mu ɛyi ɔmo nyinaa ɛfiri mu na yɛde Alhaji Bawumia aba, Vice President Bawumia aba as flag bearer for 2024. Enti, hey, Kennedy Japan, who wasted your time with MPP? Who will resign or resign because what na 1,000 years cry and ya dear obey a flag bearer for MPP. O my plan dada unka ho. Nkrofo miensa. Ena napo mention say or say nkrofo miensa, but o mention nkrofo 2. Ɛwɔ Takrade, ɔmo launch ɔmo MPP New Patriotic Party manifesto. Ɔmo mention nkrofo mienu. Ɔse ɔno ne a ɔno napo Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe ɛna Dr. Bawumia ɛna in 2011 Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo say ɔpɛ sɛ ɔmo succeed no, ɔpɛ sɛ ɔgya New Patriotic Party no ma ɔmo. Nti Kennedy Japan ɛne Alan Kyerematen na ɔmo nka ho. Asantefo no nyinaa a ɔmo kɔ ɔmo ka 10 no ho a ɔmo kɔyɛ flag bearership race no, na ɔmo nka ho. Come hell or high water, they weren't going to win anything. Yeah, because plan no there, no matter and they were going to put Bawumia as the flag bearer at all costs. So they spent a lot of money. It is scale remu and there's also stronger army in Crawford and omunya de omohwehwe. Enti 10 ekono enkoye, this is not the environment. This is not the works. New Patriotic Party that you used to break the eight. Ain't gonna happen. And yes, Munjuma way, because Jesus can be was say, if you don't believe me, believe my works. Now, New Patriotic Party, my works ni. Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo, and Vice President Bawumia, my works ni. Say, Adrianim po, I will say, come on my year, Wagana ha. Say, no, food crisis, shortage eba, famine eba, because 1 to 2 near me ye. Not just say slogans some of the buy and planting for food and jobs. So now you're higher keke. You're just wasting our time. They're just mere slogans. Because the output is that we don't have that. One district, one village, one dam. No, wahi. Palugu dam no wahi. Bawumia chantro. Na no obe can say. O my see Palugu dam dada. Ene ade o my pa ye so ni wo no for. Ena Takrade obe can say you're electing her as president. Oba be ye Palugu dam. Enti yes, you're spending $11 million on nothing. So you see, I hear Palugu Dam. They've already spent $11 million on what? We can't see any works. And you expect us to vote for you to break the eight. We, the citizens of Ghana, to vote for you to break the eight. New Patriotic Party, my mistake, pa. Nipa and Kalsomo Fano, pay mo flag bearer, ye Alan Kyerematen. Say, no, Mount Fanity. Ena, Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo etwa ntro cause obegina stage 2008 on several occasions can say ofri her as leader of the New Patriotic Party Alan Eba when the assembly so no nyame waso sa asem no mu ɛna nyame onim kwa a obetumi afa so a Alan bɛba. Because ntumi ntwa ntorɔ saa and get away scot free. Bible says, whatever seed a man shall sow, so shall he reap. Enti, mo and New Patriotic Party, you're going to reap your evil seeds that you have sowed, your criminal seeds that you have sowed, your fraudulent seeds that you have sown, your uh, crafty seeds that you have sown. You're going to reap it in 2024 election on the 7th of December. Mo de mo si Alan, woye eyi enkosi aga, we wasting the time. Mo be hu de ebeto mo. MPP for no a wɔyɛ wise wɔn nyansa wɔn hu sɛ ejapade book na ɛyɛ because eh, mo running mate napo Matthew Opoku Prempeh doctor wabɛkyerɛ sɛ started 2011 asɛm a napo akenti M New Patriotic Party members any sympathizers wɔn nyansa ombe voti ama Alan John Kojo Kyerematen because omo voti ma John Kojo Kyerematen it is all voti for New Patriotic Party. Yen voti ne, yen voti china emma Dr. Bawumia because say was say um ex President Mahama yɛ incompetent ono ade a yɛde ne ba sɛ ɔmbɛyɛ economy no wentumi anyɛ nti ɔno wɔyɛ most incompetent madam Fubi can say or describe it on where MPP card bearing member or Asante region what describe it Alaji Bamia acho last year no during the the presidential primaries or cast as it was say we Bamia ye most incompetent she enko ye wo krom ho say aduane kra be problem ama ye enko ye enka mo ye one village one dam no a moyɛ Palugu dam na nka ɛnɛ yɛni saa problem wei a ɛnɛ mopɛ $500 million 8 billion Ghana cedis to stave off the food crisis that is coming. If Dr. Bawumia had kept his word, as Gideon Boako, his spokesman, said on earlier this week on Peace FM, Kwame Sefakai's program, he said that before the 2016 elections, as the chairman of the manifesto committee, Vice President Bawumia went to the north and saw people digging a dam with their hands and promised one district or one village, one dam. Because neither Vice President Bawumia or President Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo followed through and did what they said they would do because it was mere slogans. It was a mere slogan. They never did the one village, one dam. That is why. That is the genesis as to why we're now facing a food crisis in Ghana. Yes. When you don't keep your word, it has a knock on effect. And this is what is happening. So, Dr. Gideon Boako, go back to the drawing board with your utterances. Stop trying to take a dig at Alan Kyerematen, trying to make out that he's a useless individual because we know otherwise. Alan is far better than Vice President Bawumia in stature, in intellect, in ideas, in what he has done, track record. Alan has done things that transcend Ghana. Yes. Alan is a world statesman. He's even greater than a president because he has done things that are beyond the shores of Ghana. A president is limited to Ghana. Alan has done things on behalf of Africa, on behalf of the World Bank, on behalf of other African countries. The impact of Alan is not poo-pooed in countries like South Africa and the other 13 countries Alan has created millionaires in. including Ghana. Yes. So stop poo-pooing Alan's exploits because Dr. Bawumia hasn't got any of those exploits in even one little finger of Alan John Kwejo Kyerematen. He cannot match him. What the Dr. Bawumia versus Alan Tohwa. Dr. Bawumia ondru Alan o. Hwee ni mu. Oya akola compared to Alan. Alan wenyini. Ena nyansa no nyame de ama no. So wetumi aboa amaiman horror including South Africa. Abraham Mandela ofiri prison by in 1994. Enye nne na Alan woye edwuma etra Ghana. He's a statesman. Nti enye afe na maye kululu what New Patriotic Party mu. Eddie Stooge. Obi a wonim de oye. Akoshe as flag bearer. Ena mobe to ayampia against Alan John Kwejo Kyerematen. Untumi stand no. Kasa mu krampo, Bawumia untumi stand no. Enka Alan ne meet the press anka answers of the bema omuni. Question baako na take you more than 30 minutes. Verbose. Me ka kyerɛ mo asɛm, mo MPP fo na mo ni nso ade no. Mo didi Alan John Kwejo Kyerematen atem no say. Mo Vice President Bawumia woyɛ mo flag bearer, woyɛ verbose. Wonte word na say dictionary na kohwem. Verbose kyerɛ sɛ ade a wobetumi aka no tietia no. Na ɔde akɔ wan. Na wo kind wo kasa keke. That is your presidential candidate. Woyɛ verbose. Now wait, na so ɔde kɔyɛ debate. Na wodwen sɛ debate ebɛma wo 30 minutes. Sɛ kyerɛkyerɛ wasɛm ase. Sɛ wonyɛ failed economic messiah. Wodwen sɛ obenya saa time no. Yeah, the clock to who? Now, who person you leader? You have to be smart, quick-witted. Who answer question now? You get to the point. Be succinct. Explain the thing well, but to the point. Dr. Bawumia, you don't have that. So don't waste your time. It doesn't matter what machinations you do. There is no way that we, the citizens of Ghana, will vote for Dr. Bawumia. No. He hasn't got what it takes to be the president of Ghana. What is this? No credit there, Boako. 2 Corinthians 13 verse 8 says, you can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. No credit Boako. Bawumia is not ready. He's half-baked. So, folks, if you like what I said, and you like this type of content, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Alan's plan is above the rest. Lift your voice, let's make a choice. Alan's plan is above the rest. Lift your voice, let's make a choice. Looking past the divide, hearts so full, passions blazing. Alan stands with pride. His vision's amazing. In a world so tough, we need change to come. Promise come from NPP and DC, but none match the drive that Alan brings. A new dawn inside, unified under his wings. Let's vote for what's right. Alan's plan, above the rest. Lift your voice, make a choice. Make a choice. Alan's plan is above the rest. On December 7th, let's cast our votes. Transformation, no dreams float. Alan sails will flow. Our future's in our hands. Let's rise and stand with unity for our land.